This is my first week as First Minister in the full sense. I was appointed just before Christmas, but immediately into the recess, so which was busy because of appointing a cabinet and getting the show on the road. But this is the first week where the Assembly's been back, and committees and questions and all the usual things. So I was particularly keen to make sure that I had a chance to come to North Wales in the first week. Very glad to have been with Ken during the morning, and Leslie here as well, but particularly to just emphasise again, during the leadership election campaign, one of the things that I said from very early on was that if I were to become the First Minister, I would want to appoint a Minister for North Wales in the Cabinet. And Ken, as you know, is that person. And we've talked a lot about it over the months, and I determined that it's not just an individual, important as that is, but it's an individual with the backing of the machinery of government. We've set up a standing committee of the Cabinet so that if there is an issue that is important to North Wales and it's cutting across a series of different government departments and ministers, then Ken has the authority to pull those people together round the same table, making sure both the people in North Wales know that the things that matter to them and that they need to know that the Assembly understands and is engaged with, that we give people confidence of knowing that that does happen and that there's somebody they can go to if they think that it isn't happening, but also that behind the person, there's a system there designed to make sure that we pick up and respond to matters. I'm coming over years and years to North Wales. I know that Cardiff can feel remote. I know that people sometimes will be anxious that the things that are important to them don't have a resonance far away. Actually, I think we spend a lot of our time talking about things. People will be surprised at just how much time on the floor of the Assembly and generally we spend on issues that are important to North Wales. But you've got to make that visible to people. You've got to give people the confidence to know that it's happening. And I was very pleased on the first day that I was able to appoint a cabinet that I was able to ask Ken to do that job.
It's a huge honour to have the role, immense honour, and to also retain economy and transport, two areas of concern to people right across the length and breadth of the country, and particularly North Wales with regard to our trunk roads, rail services, with regard to Holyhead Port as well, which is a key concern right now. What I'm going to do in the coming weeks within the role of Minister for North Wales is meet with as many key partners as possible across the region, in particular local authority leaders, leaders in education and skills institutions. We're also going to be looking to meet with social partners, including obviously businesses that are large and also businesses that are small and medium sized. I'll be meeting with trade union representatives as well, making sure that the priorities that I'll be focusing on are the priorities that are shared by many others across the region.
I was just going to say, in terms of you mentioned Cardiff can feel remote, and obviously with the creation of the new minister, there's always been a perception of a north-east-south divide. Is this actually, I suppose, acknowledging that that's a reality and this is fixing something?
It's an acknowledgement that the perception persists. That's, but I say, in reality, the Assembly spends a lot of its time talking about things that matter to North Wales, and the other thing that always strikes me is, the things that matter to people in North Wales are the same things that matter to people in South West Wales, where I come from. And Cardiff can seem quite remote from Carmarthen or Pembrokeshire as well. But the things that matter in people's lives there, having a job to do, having a place to live, having a sense that the future can be better for your children than it was for you, are the things that people in North Wales talk about as well. But in a perception sense, Cardiff can seem a long way away. And that's why I was keen to have an individual, there's sometimes a face and a name and a sense that there is somebody there who is going to be leading on those issues, helps to give people the confidence that the things that need to happen are happening. So that was my thinking in it.
I think the referendum also shows that whether it's real or perceived, if there's a problem, it needs to be dealt with. And often there's a need to implement a greater degree of co-production in terms of what we're trying to do for, and crucially with, communities, and having a minister for North Wales that's able to work more closely with local authorities, with health boards, with universities, colleges, businesses, trade unions will enable us to co-produce in a far better way than perhaps we have done in the past.